What's going on, people? Today, we're going to talk about how to make the transformation from broke Dick Danny to a paid person. In this country, there's a lot of opportunities for those who don't have any skills. All right, let's just be really clear here. This live stream is about how to make 100K or more per year with zero experience, no school, no education. How you can do it, how you can get to the six-figure club, which only 10% of America occupies. First of all, I want to talk about making that next level move. Right now, you're broke Dick Danny, you're hanging out at home, you're hanging on the block with the crew, everybody broke, you're drinking, smoking a little bud, and you're going nowhere. You're going absolutely nowhere. This is a way for you to get on a train of prosperity. I'm going to go ahead and give you what happened to me, and I'm going to hip you with how you can make this move that can change your life. That can change your life. That can put you on the path to prosperity. I'm going to give you the blueprint. But before we get into all that, this live stream was brought to you by Hustlers Kung Fu University, where you can get any product with 50% off. I suggest you get the money management course because you're about to go out here to these oil fields, make you 100 G's, and you need to learn how to manage your money. So that's the first course. Then the next course you want to get is 30 days to 2,500. Go ahead, Hustlers Kung Fu, hustlerkungfulifeskills.com. You can get that with the 50% off with the promo code MONEY. All right, well, let's talk about how you're going to make this move, how you are going to go from broke Dick Danny to a paid person. And I'm going to talk about the transformation that I made. This is what really took me because, I was in the boarding house. I got the job at Rent a Crate, moved to panel systems, moved to business environments. And business environments is my next level jump. Because, see, there's a reason that most of America only makes $33,000 a year. Half of America makes that. And there's a reason that only 10% of America makes six figures or more. And there is a reason that only 1% makes seven figures or more. And it all comes down to exposure and education. If you're not exposed to anything, like right now you're broke Dick Danny, you're hanging on the block, you with your boys, y'all are out here doing whatever you're doing, and it's this circular proximity situation. Broke Dick Danny is hanging out with Broke Dick Ed, and Broke Dick Ed is hanging out with Broke Dick Andy. So there is no upward elevation because y'all all doing the same thing. You occupy the same position. So what you got to do to break this chain of nothingness is to get into a new environment. And this is what happened to me. I got into this environment. I started to see all the salesmen had luxury. A few salesmen had exotic sports cars. And this was a new environment to me, and it forced me to level up. One of the guys came in after I got my first check and said, "Hey, you need to start an LLC." I was looking at the checks because, everybody could see everything, and I was noticing it was in your name. It should not be coming to you in your name, player. So what you got to do is make a drastic change. Now, with these oil fields, one of the things is you've got to go ahead and sign up with these oil field Facebook pages. There's a lot of them. And whenever they post jobs, you got to be ready to go. You can't be around your mama. And, if you're married, that could be problematic. I'm talking to Broke Dick Danny, not married, no kids. Just go out there, just get you a pair of steel-toed boots and show up. First in is first people who are hired. And it's work, but it could change your life. Now, the plan is to only do this for 3 or 4 years. So you go ahead to Hustlers Kung Fu, get the money management course. So you're banking 70-80% of what you make out there. And if you get per diem money, which is tax free, you can just bank all of that. That's like $50K a year you can just bank. If you want to change your situation. What's up, people? All right, thanks, Nathan Johnson. Christopher Isaac, good afternoon, gentlemen. Glennon, this is getting creepy. How did you know I was looking at getting into the oil field? The oil fields are like Detroit was this is what happened. There was a migration from Alabama, Mississippi, Tennessee, Florida to Detroit in the 50s because you could go to Detroit and literally work your way up. Detroit was the wealthiest economy behind the United States in the world in the 50s because of the robust manufacturing base. So you could grow up in Alabama, be a child of 10, have a 5th grade education, go to Detroit, and within 4 or 5 years be making enough money to buy a house, get married, and have a family. And the oil fields represent that come up that Detroit used to be. You can't do it. That's the only place you could do that. So this is a come up. I mean, zero experience. All you need is a work ethic, some steel-toed boots, and get your butt to the oil fields. This is one of the last things that you can do as a person with no college degree, with no certifications, with no specializations. You can go get out here in the oil field and get you some money. Now, the downside is there ain't nothing out there but work. You could be a helper. And also, once you get in the field, you will start to see there's like company men making $300,000, $400,000, $500,000, $600,000, $700,000 a year. But you got to know somebody to get those kind of jobs. But you could go in as a helper, make $100K, and get to an operator, someone driving one of the excavators or driving one of the heavy machinery bits. You can get into that, and then you can work your way up. I mean, it's the type of business where you could start with little or nothing and work your way up. Gar Spittle, Glendon live in West Texas, high school dropout making big money. DeMonte, the oil field is not simple. No one said it was simple. It's an opportunity. Let's have this conversation. Opportunities usually covered in work, hard work. It ain't that simple, but you got to show up. Coach Jory Gone, what kind of jobs? Let's go to there are no oil field jobs in Atlanta, Georgia. I tell you, man, these things. All right. There's a lot of stuff here. The 5 highest paying oil and gas jobs. Petroleum engineer, Geoscientists, you gotta go to school for these. Rotary drill and gas operators. This is one of the jobs that you can walk on, start as a helper, and get into there. Rotary drill and gas operators have big roles to fill in the oil and gas industry. Their main responsibility is to ensure that when drilling for oil, factors like the drill pressure and speed are correctly calculated and then controlled. They take notes on the amount of debris taken for the drill, as well as keeping tabs on where they haven't already drilled. Gas plant operators, methodology. There's a bunch of jobs. So what I want you to do is go to Google and look for oil field helpers. Go for, because there's so many jobs out there. And once again, this is just like Detroit was in the 50s, where you could go out there, show up with no experience, no training, and they will put you to work. They're set up for people just to show up, get a job. They've got these barracks, these man camps where you can rent a room. Yeah, they set up for it because for every person out there, they have 10 jobs. They don't have enough people to do these jobs because it is hard and masculine work. Masculine work. Because once again, if you broke Dick Danny. Let's see what's going on. Dynamics. Yeah, there was a guy I know that worked for a year and a half, had enough to pay for his Colombian education cash. Because, see, I'm going to give you the plan. Ride for real estate. The title of the job is work. All right, Christopher. Garspia, the oil field pays crazy, ridiculous money, very dangerous, though. What's up, Coach Joey Jones? Engineering life skills. Yep, it's like being deployed in the military. That's how I initially funded my business. You could stack $300K in 5 years easy. Texas, North Dakota. Garspilla, I noticed that through the people I know in the oil field, especially young dudes, spend all their money and get their trucks repoed when the oil field jobs fall. Texas and North Dakota. LP, West Texas. My brother-in-laws get money with prison records. And once again, they don't care. If you a man that will show up with some steel-toed boots and get to work, even if you have a prison record, you could get hired. I want you to understand that. Most of these jobs out here, like, you got a prison record. No, we can't bring you on. Oil field, we don't care. If the barrel rate is not high, you won't stay working for too long. Well, there's all kinds of jobs in the oil field. There are people who are building storage tanks. They make the same kind of money. So it's oil production, oil facilities, oil, all this stuff right here. Garspilla, I'm sending a pump to North Dakota as I listen to you. All right. Coach Joey Gomes, I'm serious. Get on the oil field Facebook pages. There's a bunch of them. And look when they post jobs and be ready to go. Because the first people who get there will be the people getting the jobs. Adrian Kello, it's that simple. I went to the oil fields in North Dakota 5 years ago. Money unlike anything I've ever seen. They're paying $15 an hour at McDonald's like nothing like in the city. BK from Rockies, not to shout another channel over Glennon's, but Bo knows channel goes over several oil field jobs, qualification, low-cap. Man, y'all be on this. The name is, the color is green. Apple Mac, I'm out here in the Persian basket, and these oil guys making bank. They need CDL drivers because young guys go crazy with the big money, get out and get DU tickets and lose their license. I mean, once again, this is why I say before you go ahead and get the basic financial education course, because once again, this is on my Facebook page. A lot of these NFL players are getting very smart with their money because they know they only gonna play so long. And this is what I posted this morning. Even millionaires need budgets. This guy is an NFL player. He sticks to a $3,500 budget for rent, food, and bills. And he's on his second contract. He's setting himself up for life. And you're getting more and more of these players who are doing it, who are living on budgets, who are living far below their income, because they know they only going to play so long. Look at Greg McCoy. He was the quarterback for Alabama. He went to the Jets. He was in the NFL 4 years. So at league minimum, he made $2 million, and then he got into broadcasting. Now, the play is to move to broadcasting because you could do broadcasting for 40, 50 years. If you look at all these guys who do broadcasting, you look at, Troy Aikman. Someone had did an article on what they make. Like Michael Strahan, between his two jobs with the Today Show and the NFL show, he makes $17 million a year. He wasn't making that when he was playing ball. He positioned himself correctly. So what this oil field deal can do is position you for your next level. Like I said, if you broke Dick Nanny, you don't have any skills, you're going to have to move. You're going to have to put on your big boy pants, your big boy boots, and go out there for 3 or 4 years and stack cash and then come back. Apple Mac, what company's drivers? Engine Stone, how about IT jobs? I'm quite sure they need those, but they need the real help in the oil fields. The money. North Dakota won't hire you unless you are there. Pretty much, you got to move. You got to go there. BK from the Rockies. Another YouTuber asked Mario, said the hotshot trucking started in the oil fields. Because equipment need to be moved. There must be desperate for drivers. What's up, Fester? Apple Mac, true about fast food playing 15 hours because they cannot find people to work. Last week, the dollar store closed early because they had no staff. Really? Yep, Strahan's bringing it. Strahan, and once again, this move is for those who are in a bad situation. You only have a high school diploma. You didn't go to college. You don't have a job. You're not making any money. You're hanging on the block. Just go to the oil field for about 2 to 3 years. And you go there with a mission. The first mission is I'm going to save half of my money from the first paycheck. You're gonna go ahead, and get the money management course. You're gonna set up your 5 checking accounts. You're gonna start moving money in there, and you're gonna go out there with a plan. You ain't out there to stay out there 5, 6, 10 years, just 3 or 4 years. Get you a bag, as they say in the internet streets. Get you a bag, 152. Essentially, you can go out there for 2 years and get the funding to flip property, where you can go in and buy your first flip, cash money, rehab it, flip it, get that money back, reinvest. There's so many things you could do. Apple Mac, here's the thing. You cannot be lazy. You got to work like 12 hours plus a day. If you young, this place is a gold mine. And this is what this message is for the young broke dig dannies out there just hanging on the block, not really doing anything like, hey, Glenn, I want to do this. I can't afford your courses. I need money. Here is the come up. You can go out there and you can come up. And the money's real. And if you go out there as a welder, good Lord. I mean, the welders are pulling like 300, 400K. Welders. But you got to have your own stuff. What's up, Rugged Collar? And once again, this is for the young men who have no money, who want to do something, because essentially, if you go out there for 2 to 3 years, stack your cash, you could buy back your time. You go out there for 2 or 3 years, come out with 200, 300K in the bank, and then go back home and open up your business. I mean, it's a great opportunity. Welders, $150 an hour. Good Lord. BK from the Rockets. I got friends working in the fields in Colorado. Their work schedule is hell. They work for about 3 weeks straight. Then they're off 1 to 2 weeks. Apple Mac. Hey, Fester, I got too much going on to get off this pathway I'm on. Apple Mac, a good old job to start as being a frac tech. It starts at about 15 an hour, but you clock in like 12 to 18 hours a day, so it adds up and your pay increases fast with your knowledge. The oil field is very strange. Most of the big companies eat up the smaller companies buying up. BK from the bank. It's want to make crazy bank become a crane operator. Insane payouts. Jesse, I recently signed up for Trailer Cash Academy. Anyone looking for an interesting? What is Trailer Cash Academy? And Tony wins $275 a day is $100K. Uncle G's been giving us the game. You could detail 5, 10 cards a day. Just can't be lazy. And once again, I'm speaking to the men. Now, the other day I was out, and I was going to do some errands, and I saw this. I don't even know what they were doing. It was this big truck that had this tube coming out of it on a crane, and it was going in the ground. And there was a bunch of workers around. I saw a woman. I saw a cute woman as part of the working crew. And I guarantee you go out to this oil fields, you're going to see women out there. Women have recognized that, Mr. Goodbar ain't coming. So I guarantee you go out to the oil fields, you're going to find women out there doing something strange for some change. Absolutely. But this, like the people who left Alabama, like my Uncle Martin left Alabama. And, he said, I tried to get him to do an interview. He didn't want to do it. But he said you could leave Alabama and within 2 years, you can have a house, Cadillac, be making good money. Good money. That's how Detroit we used to be. A CDL is the golden ticket in the oil field. If you get a CDL license, you can make good money anywhere in the country. Pretty much. Train to become a mobile home investor, alternative real estate investing. The name is, women see the bag and are going after it, sometimes working harder than men. Absolutely. And this is one of the things that is going on. This is one of the things, and this is why this is such a bonanza, because once you get out there and learn the lay of the land, and once you're out there, you're going to have to network. You're going to have to get to know people. You're going to get to know companies, because there's always change. It's like hurry up and wait. This term in the military, like we used to call it, like We just sitting around waiting, and all of a sudden it's like, all right, we need this done, and we need it done yesterday. And that's where this term. So it's very much like that in the oil field. So you're going to have to go out there, network, talk to people, get to know people, get to know companies so you can position yourself to win. BK from the Rockets. Now, a lot of these women are out there in the oil fields being like a roughneck. Marvin's Marketing Madness. True, I had a friend that went to the oil field for about 3 years. When he came back, we thought he was selling dope. He stacked up so much cash. I mean, it's the play, man. But I'm Brazilian, immigrate to the United States and go work in the oil field. Cleveland. People from North Carolina, South Carolina came to New Jersey for the same thing back in the day. Mac. A few years ago, I saw this interview with this 5'3" lady in North Dakota driving a giant dump truck with like 6-foot tires, making $80 an hour. I want you to think about that. $80 an hour. Let's add all that up. And she ain't working. She working 10, 12 hours a day. So 80 times 12. Whoa. 80 times 12 is almost a G a day. Times 24. That's 23,000 times 12. $276,000 a year. Driving the truck. Actually, I've held off on the Facebook ads. I'm not running any Facebook ads right now because it's fourth quarter and the ad rates have gone up and a lot of my ads were underperforming. So I'm going to start that off the beginning of the year again. Dumb money. I respect the women who grit in these type of fields. They were doing the damn thing. Engineer life skills. I saw a story where prostitution strip clubs out of control in these man camps. I would believe it. Because, see, the issue is these young guys, they get all this money and they don't know what to do with it. Just like the original hobos or hobos. They were bums that just had no jobs in their town, so they traveled around and worked in the field where they could. Apple Mac. The hardest thing is to get the recruiters on the phone. You got to keep calling them like 10, 20, 30 times. Dumb money. I made $30K in 2 months heating water going down a hole. Make that money, man, but go out there with a plan. So your first plan is from first check, I'm saving half of my income. And once you fill up and you fill your way and get your pay increases, you want to increase where you're saving like 75% of your income. 75% of your income, 2 years, that's 150. That's enough money for you to get in real estate. Buy your first property, rehab it, and flip it. Troy Glover. I see more women driving FedEx trucks than men in their contractors for FedEx. So this is one of the things that you could do because, this is for people out there who just don't have the mentality or the money because, starting an online business takes a certain level of talent. Just a reality. And a lot of people are not really there yet. But for the men, once again, we've been talking about men not at work and all this other stuff. And this is an opportunity of a lifetime. Because essentially, I created my own level up program. I went to I went to Rent-A-Crate, Panel Systems Unlimited, Business Environments, and I leveled myself up. This is a way for you, because essentially, when I got that cash, when I had those six figures in the bank account, my life changed. My life completely changed. And this is a way for you to get some money and level up. Apple Mac, when I first came out here to West Texas, they needed people so bad they had big signs all along highway advertising for CDL drivers. Hey, you got a CDL, you can go out there and ball out. You just go out there for 2 or 3 years with a plan. Go ahead and get your LLC set up, start funding it, have money in your business bank account. I mean, this is the play for anyone who is broke, doesn't have opportunity where you live. You will have to move. Make no mistake about it. You're gonna have to leave Mama. You're gonna have to leave Jody, Jaylene. You're gonna have to leave all them behind and go. Men going their own way. That's what men going their own way. And get yourself some money. Get yourself set up. Because once again, you need to get your money together. And this is a way, like say you're 21 years old. You go out there for 3 years, you'll be 24 when you come back. You'll still be super young with a bag. And once again, money changes everything. Like I'm here to tell you, once you, like, let's say you go out there and you come back with 300K. That's enough for you to become a full-time real estate investor, buy your first property, rehab it, have money to live on, flip it, reinvest the profits to where you're on your fifth or sixth flip, where you're making that same kind of money at home. I mean, the oil fields are where it is for people with no local opportunity. Let's say you live in Tupelo, Mississippi, or Kokomo, Indiana, and there ain't really nothing going on there. Go to the oil fields, pack your bags, and go. Dunamis, for one, don't forget, once you get in the game, even more opportunities overseas. There is, if you can become a military contractor, if you can get on one of these oil rigs in the Persian Gulf, that's mad money. If you're young and got a work ethic, you can make bank out here. The hardest thing is finding somewhere to rent. Rent is like $1,200 to $2K a month. You can stay in the man camp. These are company provided bulk houses. Just get a bed and a place to sleep. But you're going to be working 18 hours a day, so you really don't need much. Just save your money. I mean, this is so much. There's so much opportunity in this. And once again, even in the recession, cars still need gas. Cars still need gas. So there's still going to be work. There's still going to be opportunity. You got to go on Facebook, look up for, go to Facebook and put in oil field jobs. And there's a bunch of pages. And go ahead and like all the pages and just monitor the pages whenever they advertise jobs. And you got to be quick. What I would do if I was in a position is I would go out there now. There's so much work that you could literally just show up and just, maybe have, take enough money where you can rent a place for a month, and just being out there is, that's going to get you closer. Apple Mac, there's very little crime here. When I got there, people still left their doors and cars unlocked. I was shocked. Everybody making money. Everybody got a pocket full of money. There ain't no reason to rob nobody. Terrence Forrest Jr., what would you say if someone in their 30s? If you got the good work ethic, go. Apple Mac, everybody out here is house hacking, so you can rent a room in the house for like 700 utilities paid. Garspita, there are license plates out here from all over the U.S. Everyone's coming out here. I mean, it's a, once again, where else can someone who's just a high school graduate with no specialization, no degree, make six figures? I mean, this is a golden opportunity for those who are willing to do the work, you know? Because, like I said, go out there with a plan, go out there with a 3 to 4 year plan, save half of your money as you get pay raises, save even more money, and have a plan. You're going to come back and start a business, you're going to come back and get in real estate, you're going to come back. And, for you family men, it's going to be rough. Cornelius, the oil fields run West Texas, Odessa, Midland, and Pecos. Jamon, the oil field's not as great as it was '08 to 2013. Because you've been out there, man. You've been out there. But it's still a good play for people who need to make some money. I mean, seriously, if you want to make some money, go to the oil fields, and while you're out there, look for opportunities, because as a helper and working on the overtime, you can get to 100K. If you go out there with your CDL, let's see. Let's go ahead. Let's look at, man, this is on the internet. $65 an hour, Class A CDL drivers. Let's see, $65 an hour. Let's go ahead and add that up. 65 times 12 times 5 times 4. That's $16,000 a month. Times 12. It's $187,000 a year. I mean, there's so many opportunities out there. Once again, you're going to have to move. I never even heard of this company. Average roughneck and other fields. Here's a good page. Being the bartender, I would easily suggest this over the military. Great one. You just show up. I mean, you want to get in the supply chain, you want to get in all that stuff. You're going to need specialized knowledge. BK from Rockets. Oh yeah, I remember a little while ago that the Dakotas were having a severe housing shortage. Am Johnstone. This sounds like what happened when I joined Cisco in the '90s. The boom was real. All right, Apple Mac. Just people apply online to these oil companies like Flying J and make contact with a recruiter. After you talk to a recruiter or two, at least one of them will say they have a job. Take it. With a CDL, haul water or sand. Overtime is crazy. These guys work 6 days a week, 12 hours a day. They're probably at overtime by Thursday. There is, Romero, there is no catch. Just show up and work. NAG 78, I'm out here in Odessa, Texas. There's plenty of high paying oil field jobs out here. So once again, for these men out here who are just in a situation where they have no money, this is a great come up. This is a great way to change your financial footprint and your economic legacy. 3 to 4 years. Same time to get a degree, except they paying you, player. They paying you to be out there to do the work. I mean, let's say you wanted to get into trucking, you got your CDL, you went out there, you worked all these jobs, and you bought 1 or 2 trucks while you were out there and came back with your trucks paid for. This is one of the things that kills a lot of truckers is all these payments. Prosperous musician, you start a channel that's 10 years old and has 17 million views. Good luck with that. Um, G, the drivers at one Glacier I know do 12-hour shifts, 3 weeks in, 1 week off. The information that I'm giving you guys is life changing. If you get distracted by me sniffing, you don't have the stuff to start a business. Because I'm telling you, there's a whole lot that's going to come your way as a business owner, as a person who's making some real money, than a little sniffing. Good Lord. Stop being so weak. I ain't having it today. You guys get hung up on the smallest little things like, oh, you changed your background. Oh, you do this. Focus. Focus on the money. Focus on the information. Focus on the opportunity. Stop being so easily distracted. Badass trucking babe. Even with a record, you can get into trucking. Many companies out here will have felons. Get your CDL and the world becomes your oyster. Unlimited possibilities, no excuses, guys. Wow. So that goes ahead and gets rid of that excuse. Well, I got a record. You could do you could do trucking, or you can go to oil fields with a record and make 6 figures. What's up, Superwoman? So once again, one of the things is, opportunity. We don't know how long this is going to last, but for folks who need money, this is a upward path to get a gang of money. And you go out there with no debt. Woo. Or you can go out there and get rid of debt. Let's say you in a world of debt. You can go out in the oil fields for a year or two and get rid of all your debt. Then stack some money. Once again, we've had a few videos on here. I was talking about men not working. Here is opportunity. These companies are screaming for people. They need people to come out and work. During the recession, there was no recession in Texas because of the energy business. The Texas real estate market did not suffer because of this. And the Texas real estate market is growing like crazy because of the energy. I mean, we need energy. We need gas. We need oil. If you go out there and want to become one of the producers to help this stuff get them out the ground, that's some money for you, player. Apple Mac, I wish I had known about this industry when I was young. I would have walked here from New Orleans. Thomas J, I'm a trucker right now. I work in Milwaukee. Shit, your boy about to bounce right now. Romero, many companies offer free housing, save money. The name is what you're saying is someone should work in the oil field. There's all kinds of things. There's all kinds of things. Once you go out there, doors open. You may find a business opportunity that you never would have found. Because let me tell you what happened once I got with business environments. JDA, that was a door that opened because I was already in the business. Because when I was, let me tell you how I found them. We used to have these networking groups where we would pass out leads, and like a guy from telecommunication, commercial real estate brokers, and this guy passed me this lead that JDA was moving and needed office furniture. So I met with him, I got in, and they had this building full of used office furniture that they were not going to take with them. And they said, if you sell the office furniture, we will buy new furniture from you. That would have never happened if I wasn't in the business. So going out there, there's so many things you'll be exposed to, because you could be a helper and then you could become an operator and start moving big machinery. Like, I'm going to tell you a crazy story. Yeah, it was just in Texas. It's popping over the place. The Bayless Code, once again, you guys with kids, I'm talking to the single guys, because with a man with a wife and kids, this is going to be hard. So I'm just talking to the single guys. Larry Wilson, you cannot make more money mining Bitcoin. No, you can't. No, you can't. Oil field trucking is taking a hit, though. Really. The money. Each company offers different perks to hire you on. Select the right one for you. Apple Mac. Okay, I must tell you the other side. When oil prices go down, hiring slows down, so it's ebb and flow, but you make so much money, it's worth it. Thomas Day, we were talking about this exactly. Yeah, because once again, like, let me go ahead and tell you what happened to me. And this is exposure. When you get in an industry that has potential high income, like when I was selling office furniture, I learned about facility managers. I learned about IT guys. I learned about communication guys. I learned about commercial real estate. And like a lazy, because this girl, she just told me she was a commercial real estate broker. She said a lazy commercial real estate broker would make $500,000 a year working Monday through Friday. It's a very insular business. You know, you might find a company where mom, dad, the son, and the daughter are working. It's very, nepotism is very rampant in the commercial real estate business because it's so juicy. I mean, it's a business that you can get in. It's a business you could do beyond, retirement age. And it's a business with fat incomes. I never even knew this existed until I got into selling office furniture. I didn't even know this stuff existed. So once you go ahead and go out and get in this, you're going to find out about business models. You're going to find out about things that you never would have ever found out about before any other way. So it's a great opportunity for those who don't have any money. Larry Wilson, fuck cryptocurrency. I make more money than you. How about those apples? Fuck cryptocurrency. All you guys, cryptocurrency, cryptocurrency. Most of you ain't making jack. Most of you ain't making no money. Cryptocurrency is not the future. See, there's a government, well, ours is one of them, and they have an army and military, and they're never going to allow a bunch of nerds who have intentions of ruling the world by creating their own currency. Look what happened to Facebook Libra. Oh, Facebook Libra's doing all this stuff. All of a sudden, everybody start bailing out. The government ain't going to allow cryptocurrency to flourish. I don't care how much the people want it. It ain't going to happen, bruh. But see, you so stuck up in cryptocurrency because you can't start a real business selling products and services to people to make some real damn money. Show me how much money you making. Talking about, oh, you can make more money Bitcoin mining. That's something you heard. That ain't something you doing, bruh. See, this is what I'm sick and tired of. You crypto guys, well, this guy over here made X, this guy's a whale. Only 1% of the world's population is fucking around with cryptocurrency. 1%. So the other 99% ain't messing with it. It ain't the future. It ain't going to happen, bro. It ain't going to happen the way you think it will. Apple Mac, if you're married, you'll never see your wife, but she will see you when you come home and fall in bed to sleep. This is why I'm talking to the single guys. Notice I didn't say married guys. Once again, you guys got married, you got kids. Y'all going to have to figure out a way to do this at home. Can you buy a loaf of bread with Bitcoin? Cash from the clutter. Hardest thing in the world is trying to start something with your women is comfortable. Alexis, yep, I work for one of the biggest oil trucking companies, and all the big companies are pushing for price reduction, cost curtain measures. Okay. Eric Williams, facts, exposures. Observing stuff. Larry makes his money scamming. Killer B, you need a whole warehouse full of mining equipment to make money mining crypto. Eric Williams, 3 weeks on, 1 week off. If you and your wife in poverty, 1 year she can spare. Once again, this is for young men out there with no skills who just hanging at home on the block. This is an opportunity for you to change your financial destiny. If I could do it over again, because this was around when I was a kid, I would have did this versus joining the military. Investing in gold and silver is, if you're in traditional investing, gold and silver should make up 5% of your portfolio. You should not have like 100% gold or silver because it's volatile. So once again, this is a ploy for all these men out here who's sitting around like, I have no opportunity. There's, 2 to 4 years of your life. Like Dave Ramsey, if you do what others don't do today, you could live like others don't live tomorrow. And this is one of the ways that you could put this together, because once again, you go out there and you talk to everybody, you make friends with everybody, you network your ass off, because as oil prices go down, hiring slows, but there's always something going on. During the greatest recession we ever had, Texas economy did not go down. Upper Mac, this is crazy how it is in West Texas. A few years, this guy was making 6,000 a week driving, delivering frack water back and forth to the oil sites on a dedicated round trip route. That's $24,000 a month. The money, even if you do have kids, the lady can go to the oil field. I heard that these welders have these tricked out RVs and they have their wife and kid living out there with them. Rod, for real estate, even older men can do this if they are willing to put in the work and change their lives. How bad do they want it? Eric Williams, there's a ton of young men unemployed with limited skills. And that's who this video is targeted towards, because if you are a guy and you just sitting around wasting away, living in your childhood bedroom, get out, go up, get something, get up, get out and go get something. I mean, 2 to 4 years out there can change your life. Alexis, I wouldn't discourage you more from pursuing oilfield trucking. Just know the kind of trucks are the most used in the best traffic lanes. And Malcolm X, where do you take courses to learn how to run a business? You go to hustlerskungfulifeskills.com, where right now we have 50% off of everything. Use the promo code MONEY. That's where you go to learn how to run a business. Right there, bro. I got you. I got you. Lewis, I'm trying to withdraw my crypto now, so fucking difficult for Americans. See, this is one of the things all these crypto riders don't tell you, that sometimes getting your money when you want it, you can't get it. That's problematic. Miss Finances is an amazing opportunity. On the divorce, one child, kid is 6. I'm 40. If you live alone, man, that's on you. Young, all right, go to oil fields. Welders on land pipes make 100K. This is for all the guys out there who need money. This is an opportunity. Once again, go out there with a 2 to 4 year plan, save half your money as you get pay increases, save that, and go back home with a bag. You could probably go home and buy a business. I mean, there's so many ways, because while you're out there, you've got the internet. So while you're out there getting your bag together, you could be looking at opportunities where you're going to invest your money. Brother in the bayou, I got my son into welding right out of high school. He's 24 years old, knocking down 6 figures. Good father, man. Good father. The money. If you get on with a frac crew and get ready to swing a 20-pound sledgehammer, good training. I mean, once again, this is like Detroit was for your granddaddy who was in the South. This is why all of these people migrated to Detroit, Chicago, New Jersey, because of economic opportunity. Like I said, my uncle, he's like, man, we left Alabama. He said, got to Detroit on Monday. Tuesday, I was working. Got to Detroit on Monday. Tuesday, I was working. This is the same type of opportunity for a young man with limited skill sets. Dustin, I've seen videos of the guys explaining how they live by the oil fields. Some live in the trucks or in the middle of nowhere until hotel till they get paid to buy a trailer. When Serge said, come to the South. Marcus White, you got to go out there. You got to be out there. Once again, you guys are going to have to move. If you want to take advantage of this opportunity, like a video that I put up, remember when Houston was flooded? And what I said is, if you go to Houston now, while it's messed up, and learn the opportunity, you could be a millionaire in 2 or 3 years with the real estate property. Just like Katrina, there's still parts of New Orleans that are jacked up from Katrina. This is not something that happens. This is going to take decades to rectify. Malcolm X, what's the downside? Long hours, hard work, you away from your family. And if you're a married man, this would I wouldn't do it if I was married. Just me. I wouldn't do it if I was married, because if I got married, I would like to be with my wife and family. That's just me. So that's the downside to it. But other than that, it's just hard work, man. Just hard work. So once again, this is an opportunity. I'm going to change the content and messaging on this channel, and I'm going to start a personal finance channel that's going to have a different vibe and message to it. Actually, in a Daryl E's course right now that I took specifically to start the new channel. It used to be bad out here where there was nowhere to stay at all and these hotels booked up. Years ago in Inc. magazine, I was reading this stuff about this columnist who used to write for Inc. and how he and his partners built a hotel in North Dakota. This was years ago, and I'm quite sure that hotel has made a lot of money. There's just opportunity. Once again, your granddaddy realized that there was nothing happened in Tupelo, Mississippi. There was nothing happened in Fort Payne, Alabama. So they got up, they went to Detroit, and they came up. Economic opportunity often means that you will have to move unless you're a self-starter. You can get you some internet action wherever you're going. If you're married, you're just asking Jody to show up. Yeah, like I said, I would not do this if I was married. That's just me. Depending upon, where you are in your situation and, what kind of relationship you have with your wife, I would say I would tread carefully with this. But it is a real economic opportunity for you to come up, make more money than you ever made in your life, and put yourself in a position to stack. Boss life. As a married man, I will never go into the oil fields. The oil fields can be dangerous, but like any other warehouse job, oh yeah. I mean, depending on where you are, what you're doing, how you holding it down, a lot of things can go down. But once again, for men with limited exposure, limited skill sets, this is one of the best plays ever, because you can go out there for 2, 3, 4, 5 years. Let's say you're 20 years old. You grab your steel-toed boots. You go out there for 5 years. You come back, you're 25 years old, man. You come back, you got 300, 400K saved up. You've been out there studying. You get in real estate, start a business, buy a truck. You position yourself for so many economic opportunities. Apple Mac, Jody ain't got time. He busy making bank in the field. That's funny. Erica Williams, folks are overly dramatic or have shitty wives, ghetto wretched wives. End of the day, folks are comfortable and don't want to be uncomfortable. Pretty much. Goodfellow Nell, isn't the oil fields hell anyway? A lot better off actually taking risks starting a business. Once again, this is for young men with limited opportunity and limited skill sets. Boss life, I was offered a mechanic welder position, had to turn down. Lockheed offered a better position to wire airplanes. Hey man, you still in the game. Dumb money. Depends on what you're doing. In the oil fields, you won't work hard during your shift. A lot of downtime. Depends on what you're doing with drilling access. The large ports as well. I mean, there's, if you're a man and you're willing to do hard physical labor, you got the oil fields in Texas, North Dakota, South Dakota. You've got the ports. Like, I almost became a tugboat captain, because We were at Rent a Crate. Rent a Crate. We were in Savannah doing a show, a trade show, and there was this guy because we're at the Hyatt, and the hotel's right on the river, and there was this beautiful yacht there, and there was this tugboat captain. So we walked on the yacht and everything. I talked to the tugboat captain. Tugboat captains were making 150K back then. I was like, good Lord, I need to get me a tugboat. And then, I got deeper into the office furniture business, and I was like, oh, I don't need to drop, I was serious about going out there and getting my tugboat license and becoming, because those guys make bank. And they home every night. They just go up and down the river, guiding boats into the harbor, and they home every night. So that was one of the things I was thinking about doing. Apple man, I forgot how bad they need all the mechanics out here. Offshore drilling too. Once again, if you're a masculine man, you want to wear some steel-toed boots, and you want to go out here and do one of these roughneck jobs, there is bank for you. Yeah, tugboat captains make bank. I was like, because dude was like, yeah, I made 150. And he was like no older than me. He's like, I've been doing this 7 years. And, once again, port jobs, or, I may do a special video on port jobs, because if you can work at a port, because those crane operators that pull all of those transfer car, what do they call them? I forget what they call them. Those transfer bins, I forget what the hell they call them. Those storage bins, they pull them off. They make bank. Erica Williams, let me give y'all a peek into oil contract. One driver drives from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Then the second driver takes over the night. 3 weeks on, 1 week off for loading my truck. I will make $8,000 a week for 3 weeks. That's $24,000 a month. It's almost $300K a year. Alexis, Texas, Louisiana have the largest LNG plants, largest in the country. Yeah, real estate. That's one of the things he told me. He said, you need to know somebody. He said, my granddaddy got me in the business. Apple Mac, the tugboat industry in New Orleans is like who you know business, pretty much. Cargo and containers. Thank you, Rod. Containers. I had a boo that's a crane operator. He banks the money he's learned from his daddy. Because, see, there's a lot of, in these traditionally masculine jobs, like a crane operator, a welder, there's bank. There's bank out there. If you can't go get money because of your wife, you have the wrong wife. Del Monte 30. Eric Williams, my dentist owns a truck in the oil fields. There's money to be made out there, man. There's just money. And once again, this is for young men who are looking for an opportunity. If you're 18 to 25, you don't have nothing going on at home, move. Get from under your mama, leave your friends for 2 to 4, maybe 5 years, come back with a bag, and you represent. Once again, this is a way for you to come up because once again, the magical number is 150. If you young guy with no debt and you making 150, and let's say 50K of that is per diem, which isn't taxed, you're bringing home 6 figures a year. And once again, I'm putting this out here on the channel because just like when I got exposed to the furniture, I got exposed to all these careers. I got exposed to all these people. I didn't even know that they existed. I did not know a commercial real estate broker, a lazy one, made $500,000 a year. The good ones, the hustlers, make millions. My boy John, he makes $3-4 million a year. And I met him before. It was funny because I knew him before I got into business because I used to work with his ex-wife in the emergency room. And this exposure opens up so many doors. Because, now, and like, me doing this internet thing, writing that book opened up so many doors. Because, when I do the personal finance channel, I'm going to put out a whole different class of product and stuff for you guys. But once again, if you want to make 6 figures a year with no experience, you're a young, healthy man, 18 to 25, this is the play. Just don't go out there and blow your money, be leaving your money up in the strip club. Have a plan. Go ahead and get the basic financial education course that will teach you what to do with that money. Then go ahead, while you're out there, you can set up your holding company. So while you're out there, it can be aging, and you can take your money from your check, put it in your holding company capital account, have that sucker loaded up. Then when you come back, start your operating company and make more money. Because this is what happened to me. The JDA thing and the big deal I did gave me the money to start my own business. It gave me the money to live. I mean, I was able to chill. Like, I had so much money in the bank, I didn't have to do anything I didn't want to do. From JDA selling the office furniture, I made like $250,000. And whenever I sold furniture, I got paid that day. And I just put that money in the bank. And, I was in a situation where, I went off and started my own business, which did 1.5 million the first year. And everybody was like, that's great. I understand now what they were saying because I made a profit my first year. But I noticed that I made more money selling the used stuff. So that's what got me in the storage auction business. But I went into the storage auction business with $500,000 in the bank. So I did not start off with no money. And this is one of the reasons that I was able to level up so quick, because I had money to live on, money to buy stuff, money to start the business. And this is what you go out there and you come back home with $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 in the bank. You a boss. And because you work so hard for that money, you're going to be very judicious with it. So go to Hustlers Kung Fu Life Skills, get the basic money financial course, and 30 days to 2,500. And this is going to help you guys set yourself up. And for those guys who are going to go to the oil fields, going to stack your money, go ahead and get the art of holding to set up your corporate entity, because this is something that you can do. You can set up your holding company long before you set up your operating company and just stack money, stack money, stack money, stack money. You have to pay an administration fee for having that holding company, but you won't have to pay any taxes because the company's not making any money and you're just funding a capital account. So once again, go ahead, use the promo code MONEY, get 50% off everything. And as a young man, take advantage of the opportunity. I mean, I was just, as I was researching this, I was just like, good Lord, this is sick. I would have did this instead of joining the military if I knew that it existed. And once again, this comes back to exposure. Once you go out there, you're going to learn stuff. You're going to see stuff. You're going to learn about business, things that you currently don't know. I mean, it could be life-changing. It could truly be life-changing for a lot of you guys out there. So that's about it. I will see you guys later.